Howdy folks, it's DIECAST Buffet here again. Just got done watching the Indy 500. Just want to kind of give my thoughts about it. So, congratulations to Simon Pagenaud winning his first Indy 500. Man, I was rooting hard for Alexander Rossi there. Really cool. It was a really cool finish. They were, just like slingshotting and all that. It's kind of ironic how I'm a Chevy guy, and I was actually rooting for Rossi there, even though he's driving a Honda. But Chevy won with Pagenaud and Team Penske, so that's cool. But, I got to go for the Napa brand, man. I got to go for the Napa brand. I was really pulling for Rossi there. He had it. He just, if he could have just somehow, some way, was able to just disrupt Pagenaud's momentum, maybe he could have held on. That's what's so cool about these Indy cars, the way they draft, and it's just, it makes some very exciting racing. So the first half of the race, we didn't really see much action. We mainly seen Pagenaud just tooting around the track, just completely dominating, to be honest. But the last 50 laps, man, action heated up. Holy cow! It was pretty cool, We seen a lot of action up front. I mean, Sato went from like 5th on that final restart, and he actually got up to 3rd. I was thinking Sato might have got around Rossi at the end there, but it wasn't going to happen. But man, it was pretty good. So Simon Pagenaud wins the Indy Grand Prix, qualifies on pole for the 500, and wins the 500. He completely swept Indianapolis the month of May. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, I'm not the biggest IndyCar guy. I'm still learning the sport, but it is really cool to see, to see someone kind of just dominate that much. That really isn't, that dominant of a driver. But it is pretty cool, And my biggest thing about IndyCar is I would watch it a lot more, but it's usually on during my NASCAR races, and that's where my heart is. But, I mean, overall from the race, we've seen a lot of action. But for some reason, most of it was on pit road. For the first 100 laps, I mean, we see more action on pit road than rather on the racetrack than I've probably ever seen in a race before. Team Penske had a lot of issues on pit road. I mean, guys were just bumping in their crew members. And then later in the race, we've seen Rossi with the fuel issue. I mean, it was really, really unusual. I've never really seen that many issues within, on pit road in such a confined area, and then not see that replicated on the racetrack in terms of, problems. Yeah, we've seen some hard racing, but a lot of issues on pit road, which was really interesting. But I really think that it was starting to make some interesting storylines. We've seen how, Will Power had, some problems, and then Castroneves had some issues there, some problems. But, Pagenaud, I just felt like his day was just perfect. I mean, there was talk about him running out of gas at the end of the race, about saying he's short, and what was it, I don't know, a few laps after that, something like that, 10 laps after that, we got a 5-car pileup, which involved Sebastian Bourdais, which he admitted to it. He came down and took out Graham Rahal. It wasn't intentional. He was just racing hard, and he misjudged it, which it happens. Was it a bonehead move? I'm not sure if his spotter let him know, or he just flat out just thought his car wasn't there and he just went for it. Either way, it could have been avoided, but hey, it's hard racing. It's the Indy 500. Go for it, man. Go for it, I would do the same thing. I would go for it. Overall, though, I thought it was very good. The last few laps, what I really liked about it is that late caution set up a shootout. It wasn't like one guy was just zooming on by. I really like how these cars slingshot, man. I think that adds excitement because you're never out of it. You get 2 opportunities a lap to pass. Back straightaway, front straightaway. If you can just sail it off turns 2 or 4, man, you can get a huge run and you could possibly win the 500. And Pagenaud, if he would not have got around Rossi then, I don't think he wins it. I think Rossi holds on for the final lap because, I mean, hats off to Alexander Rossi. I gotta put this one out there. This guy had a very up and down day. I mean, for the most part, it was really good. But he had that fuel issue on pit road, and he was very, very animated about it. I mean, It was not happy. He's not happy at all. And the aggressive driving by him, let me tell you, I have not seen someone drive that aggressive in a long time. I mean, it reminds me of Kyle Busch on the outside lane at a 2-lane racetrack. And I'm talking 3 wide outside lane. Oh my God. I mean, just sheer daredevil moves, just diving in the bottom right next to the wall on the front straightaway. And then if you're a lap down, man, don't block the guy. I mean, like, if you're the race leader, I can partially understand in NASCAR. But at the same time, you're in an open wheel car and you're blocking. Either there's some really poor miscommunication there, or the drive. You're just being a turd, man. Like, the guy's racing for the Indy 500. If you're a lap down, don't be salty about it. Just let him go. That fired up Rossi a lot more. I mean, he already had the fuel issue. He's getting blocked by a guy lap down. I mean, it just lit a fire underneath him, man. I think this was a recipe for a disaster for the rest of the field, and he came home second today, folks. Amazing job by Rossi. I think these people who say that Rossi didn't deserve his 500 victory in 2016, the 100th annual, I think people, I don't think that's true. I mean, you could say the same thing for Austin Dillon in the Coke 600, that he didn't deserve it. But Rossi, he's not a bad driver, I mean, he almost won a second one. He almost beat out the top dog with Team Penske for the 500. So it was a really good race. I enjoyed it. I really did. The last 50 laps really made up for, I think, the lack of lead changes early in the race. I mean, Pagenaud led 115 laps today, so I mean, he was dominant. It was his race to lose, but you could definitely tell that Alexander Rossi, I think, is a much better driver than I think people give him credit for, because you cannot tell me half the drivers out there could do what Rossi did today. I mean, I don't even think half NASCAR drivers could do that in a NASCAR. I mean, I'm just talking, like, the margin of error to just go all the way down to the inside wall next to another car at 230 miles an hour with the slightest bump, twitch, sneeze, whatever, could send that car straight into the air. If you hit that wall and you bounce and hit that car, you're going straight in the fence and you're going to go up. It's impressive, it's amazing, and that's why people tune in. It's very cool. So once again, hats off to Pagenaud and Alexander Rossi for an amazing battle to the end there. It was NBC's first Indianapolis 500, and I think it went pretty good. And another thing before I end this video, the weather, man. People were talking about 80% chance of rain. It was sun shining at the end. I mean, that right there is amazing. How quickly the weather changed. I'm very glad, because I did not want to miss this year's 500. I missed last year's 500 and the Coke 600. So it's been 2 years pretty much since I've watched one of these, unfortunately, because it really stung last year having to work on the greatest day of the year in racing. But was not missing this year. So overall, it was a very good race, I think. I think we've seen a lot of different storylines. Of course, the drama with Alonso missing the 500, which I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see Alonso run the 500, but he probably wouldn't have done that good. I mean, if you're borderline getting in and out, odds are you're not going to have that good of race speed. But I really enjoyed it. I really did. It was a good watch. If you missed it, you missed a pretty good race. That's how I will end this video. So let me know what y'all think in the comments section below. I know it's a little bit different than me talking about IndyCar right now, but I actually do enjoy IndyCar. It's just I don't have the time to watch it, because when it's on, it's usually during a NASCAR race, or it's around on a Saturday, and I miss all the Saturday races because of work. So I would love to be able to watch more IndyCar racing. I enjoy it. I really do. I don't know. It's exciting. It's like stock car racing with all the BS. You don't have the playoffs. You don't have just bonus point chase. It's just none of that BS. It's just racing. It's just racing, and that's what I really enjoy. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to DIECAST Buffet if you haven't already. I post a lot of cool racing, motorsports, mainly NASCAR stuff, gameplay stuff Also, make sure to tune in this Saturday, the DIECAST Buffet Summer of DIECAST 2019 kickoff. We'll be having an episode of DIECAST Buffet reviews on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So 3 straight days of DIECAST reviews. We're going to be reviewing over 28 DIECASTs from 1st of June all the way to August 4th, which is the kickoff of the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series. So make sure to tune in for that one. Make sure to subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a great one out there. Hats off to Simon PAGENAUD and DIECAST Buffet. Signing off.